Glorify our Almighty God to have made this process come to an end.
It's very important to me that I'll be able to go back to the community, sensitize the community about doing the paralegal course, to know the basis of the law, and also for me to deal with my own personal issues that I have that pertain to law.
I'm always interested about knowing about the law. Yeah. So when I was told about it, I was so much interested. I wanted to join it.
Kitu ingine ilifanya mimi naongoza kikundi ya watoto. Iko na group inaitwa Mgoga CPO, Community Based Organization. Ile mimi ni chairman na inaongoza maneno ya orphan. Tuko na orphan more than 700. Sasa kwa hivyo nikaona hawa paralegals wanafundisha light ya watoto. Na ningependa sana tujue lights za watoto ndio tuweze kuendelea vizuri.
Paralegal iko na maneno nyingi sababu inatufundisha vile tunaweza kukaa na huko mashinani.
Irene Minor of the LRF summed up the impact of paralegals in the country.
The paralegals who have been trained before, we have seen what they have been doing, and they have been able to help our community. We train them on all aspects of the law, ranging from the basics to all most of the statutes that we have: succession, family law, and other legal issues related to various laws that we have. We have the simplified LRF materials that we have, the manuals, the human rights manuals from volume 1 to volume 5, and the Persone handbook, the posters. They all have legal and human rights issues that we were giving to them to complement the training that we have been doing to them.
LRF's mission is to be a resource for justice for the poor, marginalized and vulnerable through participatory interventions and mutual partnerships. This is aimed at promoting human rights awareness and rule of law in Kenya. Back to the fun, and the ever-energetic Kayamba Africa were at hand to sing out their hearts with their creative renditions of popular African melodies. The guests let loose and danced their hearts out. Even the darkness and the chilly, cold Impala Club weather could not stop the fun. What with the ever-fresh Mwana Wamberi tune. Cindy, the eloquent master of ceremonies, did an excellent job on coordinating the cocktail activities. The dancers thoroughly entertained the guests. Cindy showed them how it's done. The acrobatic troupe showed its prowess in executive, highly proficient moves. There was no shortage of talent at the extravaganza. Mr. Magoye, the Deputy Commissioner of the Prisons Department, lauded the efforts of the Legal Resources Foundation in promoting access to justice, especially in the prisons.
First of all, I would like to extend my congratulations to LRF, who have been indeed a very good friend of Kenya prisons. Really a very strong partner. Upon receiving this CSOYA award,
he stated that LRF is a crucial partner to the prison service.
Access to justice, as we normally interpret it in Kenya prisons, is taking a person from point A to B, that is from the prison to the court, so that he can face justice. But justice is more than just taking people to the courts. It is the way you treat them, it's the way you talk with them, and it's the way you bring opportunities to their attention. And really we appreciate LRF through the paralegal program, in which they have really helped us to bring information, access people to information about their court cases and what chances they stand for appeal, and just accessing justice in general.
Mr. Kagwe of Kreko took the opportunity to make special mention of the Kenyan Constitution currently being redrafted. He advised all guests, and indeed the Kenyans, to seize the moment, take time to read the harmonized draft, and vote in the draft.
People don't like everything in the Constitution. People agree we have to live with each other. We write this one, this guy benefits, I lose, but also I gain here. Sasa nimesikia jamaa moja jana, article 42 sabbatical 2, anachukua document mzima kwa sababu ya article moja, anasema hii katiba ina promote gay people. I consider that very, very reckless, because that article says you can marry but of the opposite sex. So hii propaganda inaendelea. I don't know what is going on. Wengine wamekasirika kwa sababu of article 209. Mumesoma katiba? Niko na zingine kwa gari ndio nikagawana kama hujasoma.
He urged LRF to train paralegals in the draft constitution in order to enlighten other Kenyans about its contents.
LRF, mimi naomba mutrain paralegals in one day, mu dispatch to every corner of this country for the next 4 months, wasomeshe katiba vile inatakikana.
Mr. Njonjo Mue, who has on a few occasions in the past been a guest of the state at a Nairobi prison, shared his thoughts with the guests about his long-standing relationship with LRF.
I know LRF very well because I happen to have been a guest of the state on more than one occasion. And I'm not talking about State House. I'm talking about State Lodge Industrial Area Remand Prison, where I've been an inmate a couple of times. Well, I think 3 or 4 times. The first time I was incarcerated in industrial area was in 1994. And at that time in cell block D2, the congestion, the deaths in prison that we were seeing almost on a daily basis, someone being carried out, and basically there was a lot of abuse. Incidentally, all the times I've been a guest of the state, it's because of my human rights work, so don't start watching your wallet. And so in 1994, industrial area was basically a death sentence. Moving forward to my next visit, which was for about 10 days in 2004, 10 years later, there was quite a bit of change. And part of that change I would attribute to what LRF was doing in prison at the time.
Guided by its motto, Haki Tawale, LRF envisages a Kenya which is just and equitable, where everyone, including the poor and marginalized, are able to access justice and full realization of their rights. It is the hope of LRF that they will scoop the top prize again in the 2010 edition of the CSOYA Award. Haki itawale.
Mimi nasema haki itawale, itawale kabisa nchi yetu.
Uhuru wetu Kenya, Kenya.